And are you refreshed? Good. Now what?
I just wanted to express how appreciative I am. My mother has been playing you since I was born. And because of that, I've been able to maintain to a degree with contrast, because contrast is fun. Everything that I've wanted. And everything that I've wanted and more is coming at me so fast. And I kind of want it faster. Maybe I don't.
Well, the nice thing is you get to control how fast it comes. Through your focus, you can speed it up or slow it down.
Yeah, and then for a long time it's been general. I've gone general, which slows it down. And it's felt good.
Going general slows it down and steadies it up.
Yes. And now I'm ready to get specific.
Okay, good.
I really wanted to be in the hot seat today. You mentioned Esther having the desire that she wants everyone to feel like she feels at the beginning. And I do too.
Yeah. When you feel good, you just wish it for everyone, don't you?
You do.
Yeah.
Especially when you find that one little nugget that's so good and it's so pure and it's so there and you're so present with it. You just want to share it and shout it from the rooftops.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Well, you know, your inner being is shouting from the rooftops all day long, and some are hearing. And so the same applies to you. You are exuding it, and some can see it and hear it, and some can't. That's all right, yes?
Yes. And more are. So I'm writing a movie that I've had in my head since I was 11. And I got the informal invitation to pitch it to a studio in Hollywood.
Good.
Yes. Thank you. And in it, I started writing it when it first came to me and it just wasn't coming. So I left it alone and I forgot about it for years and it just accumulated and accumulated and accumulated. And it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I want to put more of the law of attraction in it, not necessarily...
Well, life will do that. Life puts law of attraction in it. And if you hit people that aren't ready too square in the face with law of attraction, they will think it's corny. So avoid that if you can.
A better stated desire would be...
This is an intention that you could hold. And if you intend this, understand it, and intend it, and really mean it and intend it, then everything else will fall into perfect place. Make the powerful statement to yourself and to the world that this is going to be a movie that has absolute vibrational integrity. In other words, you're not going to present something that violates the laws of the universe. You're not going to depict some pure and lovely person who has only good feeling thoughts dancing through life and then something horrible happening to them. You're not going to twist the laws of the universe into a way that they do not twist and depict them and teach inaccuracies to others. Your movie will have impeccable vibrational accuracy.
Correct. Thank you.
Yeah. That doesn't mean it won't have pathos, because life is that. It won't mean that it doesn't have contrast, because everyone does. But it will mean that it does not vibrationally say one thing and verbally say another. Do not depict on the screen something that the vibrations do not mean. Yeah.
It's perfect. Because the movie it starts with this huge contrast and the unawareness of it, the finding of it, and then the resolution of it.
Which is a pretty common plot, isn't it?
It really is.
Sort of what life is.
And I just kind of answered my own question about how I answered my own question as far as how do I incorporate the examples of it? And you answered it beautifully as well. And that just kind of, the universe just delivered the example and brought it home, and we stuck with a vibration, and it manifested, and it got bigger, and it'll keep getting bigger.
It doesn't matter who your audience is, because your audiences will be at different levels of understanding law of attraction. But one thing, people can feel vibrational accuracy because they've lived enough to know. And so if you're writing a segment about a group of people that are having similar experiences and you distort it, they will feel the discord of that. So we have some questions for you. Do you mind?
Yes. No, I don't mind.
Are the members of your audience seeking to understand, or do they already understand?
Seeking to understand.
So put that in your intentionality, because that means the more questions that you have and that you allow yourself to answer with the movie, the more satisfied they will be. Since they are seekers, do you believe that you currently hold all of the answers?
No.
Good. Because as your movie progresses, it will surprise and delight you. And that will be the movie that will thrill the most numbers. Because if this movie can evolve, if you can experience your own evolution, your own conscious evolution as your movie expands, then it will capture something in your audience that will be very titillating and satisfying to them as well. If you think you've got all of these answers and you've decided to write some script to inform the uninformed, they can smell that rat. And they don't want to be talked down to. They want to be surprised, and they can't be surprised unless you are. There.
One more thing and then I'll get out, I swear. This is just in general with my life. I have so many things that I want to say and so many things that I want to communicate, and I don't want to talk down to people. I want to discover it with them. I want to go on a journey with the seekers of the world, with the people that want more, the ever-expanding inner beings of the world.
Focus on the conversation we had earlier about unconditional, and think about how everything that everyone wants, no matter what it is, whether it's a material object or a relationship or a pile of money, or no matter what it is, everything that everyone wants is because they believe they will feel better in having it. And so what everyone wants is the feeling of energy moving. They want the feeling of moving forward. So as you accept that your audience of seekers, and everyone is that really, that your audience of seekers has an inner being that's way out ahead of them, who's been with them, who knows what they've been asking for, and who is calling them forward into things that feel better. As you find ways to help them move forward as they watch this movie, it's why so many successful movies are about there being some sort of a problem, like a phone ringing in the middle of your sentence, someone having a
It might be mine. I love you.
It's the studio calling you.
It is.
So when someone has a question, and then the question that is active within them is being satisfied, there's satisfaction in that. So if you don't leave people hanging too long for solution, so let your movie not necessarily follow the patterns that most studio movies follow. Successful patterns we acknowledge, but there's something that you could do better that would cause your audience to like your movie more. And that is, let it be more like real life is, where there is a question and then an answer, there is a problem and then a solution. In other words, don't keep them strung out through the whole movie for some big, raging, successful, because those are sort of torturous movies. When you go to a movie and you feel pretty good, and then the movie takes you down, 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 only to lead you to solution, you're not better off than you were when you came in. But if you accept that most of those witnessing it are feeling pretty good, they're out, they want to have a good time, they've chosen some relief from their own reality, they're just wanting to sit back and observe something that's happening, and it presents to them something familiar but gives them immediate ease from it, they will feel better in being there. And so if you can think about what we've been talking about getting ready, to be ready, to be ready, to be ready, to be ready. See, the things that most movie makers do not understand. They think that they have to create some really big problem or question to which they will then deliver some really big solution or answer. But what they don't realize is they haven't prepared their audience to really receive the big answer. In other words, when you're tortured for a long time, the relief is better, but you've still been tortured for a long time. You see what we're getting at? Where if you understand this idea of getting ready, to be ready, to be ready, to be ready, to be ready, so that you lead your audience into this readiness and this readiness and this readiness and this readiness, then when you deliver your big whatever it is that you deliver, they're ready for it. They'll be cheering at the end of the movie rather than just walking out glad to still be alive. Can you feel the difference?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
I really can. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed.